comment,
and subscribe for more content.
Where's the notification bell?
It's to the right of you.
Oh.
What's up, guys? Welcome to this edition of a Funko Popcast. I am DK Wrestler.
And I am MD Shady.
And in today's podcast, for the first time ever in a Funko Popcast history, we're doing an entire podcast not about Funko Pops. This podcast will actually be all about Funko soda figures. It's been something we've been trying to do for a little bit now. We've mentioned it on the podcast before that we've been thinking of an idea of doing an all Funko Sodas podcast. And especially this past week, there weren't that many Funko Pop announcements, but that's also understandable due to the fact that I think it'll be the same case this week because they're preparing for next Monday, which is going to be the beginning of Funkoween reveals. And speaking of Funkoween reveals, I do want to mention that the last Funko Soda we're actually going to be talking about is actually an early Funkoween reveal that Brian Mariotti posted on his Twitter yesterday as we're recording this, because we are recording this on May 18th, which is a Tuesday. And I should also mention, just in case you guys hear it in the background, there is construction going on next door to me. So if you guys hear some drilling going on, that's why you hear that. We are talking about every Funko Soda announced so far in 2021. There were some that were announced in 2020, but released in 2021, like Crash Bandicoot and Sonic the Hedgehog, but those won't be discussed. It's only ones that have been announced so far, or if they've been announced this year and then released at some point this year also. We'll talk about those too. But without further ado, let's kick off with the first set of Funko Soda announcements, which range from January 19th at Funko Fair 2021 and ends off on March 8th. So kicking off, we got ourselves Beetlejuice, which has a red suit chase that'll be limited to 15,000 pieces. All Might from My Hero Academia, which has a glow-in-the-dark chase, and that's limited to 20,000 pieces. Werewolf from Scooby-Doo, which has a glow-in-the-dark chase also, and is limited to 7,500 pieces. Fearless Leader from Rocky and Bullwinkle, which has a green suit chase and is limited to 7,500 pieces. Egon Spangler with a slime chase that's limited to 10,000 pieces. Quisp, which has a glow-in-the-dark chase and that's limited to 10,000 pieces. Rosie from the Jetsons, which is limited to 10,000 pieces and has a metallic chase. Devo, which has a glow-in-the-dark chase and is limited to 8,000 pieces. Iron Man with an unmasked chase from Avengers Endgame, which is limited to 20,000 pieces. Captain Cold with a flock chase that'll be limited to 7,500 pieces. The Tick, that's limited to 10,000 pieces and has a metallic chase. Emerald City Comic Con exclusive Funko Sodas, which kicking off HR Puffenstuff with a chase of him holding a hat that is limited to 2,000 pieces and was con only. Then we got ourselves some Masters of the Universe Funko Sodas for Emerald City Comic Con, which we got Man-at-Arms with a snake chase and Cobra Khan with, I guess I would call it fins or an ear chase, which were both limited to 7,500 pieces, and both were shared to the Funko Shop in the US and K-Dog and Fish here in Canada. There was more Funko Sodas announced for Emerald City Comic Con, which are from Scott Pilgrim versus the World, which we got ourselves Todd Ingram with a glow-in-the-dark chase, limited to 10,000 pieces and was shared to both Hot Topic in Canada and the US. And we got ourselves Matthew Patel, which has a black and white chase, limited to 2,000 pieces and was shared to Newberry Comics in the US and Toys R Us here in Canada. And last but not least, for this section of Funko Sodas, we got ourselves Scarlet Witch from WandaVision, which has a glow-in-the-dark chase and is limited to 15,000 pieces. So I guess we can kick off with the Beetlejuice Funko Soda, which this isn't too bad of a Funko Soda. I do like how it's kind of a different mold and a different outfit. The hands are out for the Beetlejuice one, the common one, I should say. And then for the Chase version, his one hand is close to his chest there. I think he's like adjusting a bow tie. I can't exactly tell what he's doing there. But the head sculpt is still the same, but it's still cool that it's slightly different, especially the different shoe color, I should say, also is different about this. All Might from My Hero Academia. This is a pretty cool Funko Soda. I'm glad that they are expanding on My Hero Academia in Funko Soda form. They have the Izuku Midoriya version, and then now we have All Might, and hopefully there are more in the future. I wish All Might was kind of doing something different, but I think his hands to his side like that is perfectly fine, especially for Funko Soda, because Funko Sodas don't normally have these cool poses like Funko Pops do. Then we got the werewolf from Scooby Doo. I know this is the first Scooby Doo Funko Soda, and I kind of find it weird that we have these random, obscure characters kicking off with some of these lineups, which I'll mention later on with some of these Funko Sodas. But there are a lot of them that, like, I feel like, why was this the first one? But at the same time, it's cool that this is the first one. I think this werewolf one is okay. I'm not going to get it, but I do like the glow in the dark chase because, of course, like I've mentioned in so many of our previous podcasts, that green is a very good color when it comes to glow in the dark. So I think this thing is going to turn out well. Fearless Leader from Rocky and Bullwinkle. I don't know too much about this character. Not really much of a chase difference besides the different color attires. That's all. So realistically, it's not really that exciting of a chase, to be honest. Egon Spangler from Ghostbusters. I kind of find it weird that they didn't kick off with Peter Venkman for the Ghostbusters lineup. This is pretty cool. I'm going to assume that if they make any more Ghostbusters Funko Sodas, I'm going to assume all the 4 cast members will have a slime chase, which is really, really cool. Then we got ourselves Quisp for the Add Icons lineup. I felt like with this one, I don't know why they did a glow in the dark chase. I assume the red looks okay, or I should say the pink looks okay, glow in the dark, and the green will look nice. But I felt like this should be one of those Funko Soda cans where make it a lower piece count, but make it a singular Funko Soda. Then we got Rosie from the Jetsons. I don't know much about the Jetsons. I've watched a couple of episodes, but it definitely does make sense for Rosie to be metallic for the chase because Rosie is a robot. So it totally makes sense for that to happen. Then we got ourselves Devo. So far, in my opinion, this may be the worst Funko Soda that Funko has made yet. I've mentioned on the podcast before, I don't know why they did the Devo Funko Pops. I felt like there were so many more candidates that should be in the Pop Rocks lineup to be made before Devo. I just find it pointless. Once again, this should be one of those Funko Sodas where they should just do a lower piece count, but make it a singular can. Then we got Iron Man from Avengers Endgame. Totally makes sense to have Iron Man and then have basically Tony Stark as the chase. I like that idea. And I do like the idea of it being a decently high piece count because there's going to be a lot of people that want an Iron Man Funko Soda. Then we got Captain Cold. I don't know who this is. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is a part of the DC lineup, if I'm not mistaken. The Flock variant, I'm going to assume, looks pretty cool. And it totally makes sense because of the, I guess, furry outfit that he's got going on there with like the hood that he has on. And I guess the boots, I guess, where the fur would be in those kinds of boots. So I think for that aspect, this is a cool chase. Then we got the Tick. I've kind of heard of the Tick. Not really, though, but I'm kind of liking how this blue turned out with the metallic. But at the same time, I do like how the blue is on the common because it's a nice, brighter royal blue color, unlike the metallic variant for the chase, where it's kind of this very dark blue. HR Puffin Stuff. Now, I know for sure MD is going to have a lot to say about this Funko Soda, and I think so far this Funko Soda is pretty cool. I don't know the significance between the common and the chase realistically. MD might be able to answer that. Then we got the Masters of the Universe Funko Sodas, which these are pretty cool, more specifically Man-at-Arms. When I watched Masters of the Universe, one of my favorite characters I ended up liking was Man-at-Arms. And then when I found out that K-Dog and Fish were actually going to be the exclusive Canadian retailer for these Funko Soda cans, I decided to get 2 of the Man-at-Arms and none of the Cobra Cons, mainly because I really like that chase involved with the Man-at-Arms. I think it's really cool. You got a bit of a different color change, and of course it's a skin tone change also because he's a snake in this case. And I'm excited to eventually open up my Man-at-Arms Funko Sodas that we will be doing in an eventual can cracking of some Funko Sodas in the near future. And then the Cobra Con, I didn't get any because I'm not a big fan of the way this Funko Soda looks and the character overall, but I think the Man-at-Arms is definitely one of my favorite Funko Sodas so far in the year of 2021. Then we got Todd Ingram and Matthew Patel from Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I think these are the first and only Seven Evil X's Funko sodas that Funko has made so far. And I did pick up 2 Todd Ingrams for that eventual Funko soda can Kraken. And I thought about getting the Matthew Patel, but I'm not really the biggest fan of Matthew Patel. And then we got Scarlet Witch from WandaVision. I think this is a cool Funko soda, and I think the chase will turn out not the greatest, but not bad. I think the red will look nice, but it's not going to last long when you charge it up with the black light.
All right, starting off with the Beetlejuice. This is a pretty solid can. I mean, there's quite a bit of detail that goes into both the common and the chase. The chase, to me, it looks like he's kind of holding his own finger. I could be wrong, but I feel like that's what's going on. And yeah, like you said, it's really cool that they kind of have a whole new body instead of giving us like a head change. The body's all right. I think most people would probably prefer the common though, because that's more of the iconic look. All Might. This one's good. The chase is all right. I mean, it's glow in the dark. It kind of makes sense. I mean, maybe they could have done a weakened All Might as the chase, which would have been pretty sweet, but having the chase be glow in the dark is also cool, I suppose. The werewolf from Scooby-Doo. Yeah, this is kind of a weird one to start off the set. I would prefer to see the creeper if you're going to do a kind of villain first, but I would have preferred to see any of the actual mystery gang. Then we have the fearless leader from Rocky and Bullwinkle. This is all right. It's kind of cool because I don't think we got to see this in pop form when we got the Rocky and Bullwinkle pops. My only gripe is with the common. They should have done that green, kind of a lighter green like you see actually on the cartoon picture on the can. But besides that, it's all right. Then we have Egon. I don't know how I feel about this. I really do like how it came out, but I don't like the chase in the sense that I do like what they're trying to go for, but I wish they would have done maybe a clear, thick slime that comes off of the figure rather than just having the green paint on there, which then looks like green paint. That's the only gripe I really have about this. Besides that, it's solid. I mean, it looks like them a lot, so that's cool. Quisp, I'm not a huge fan of this one. The chase, I don't really like the glow in the dark one. I think I'd prefer the common. And I would have preferred to see a different ad icon. I mean, there's so many that they could have done instead for a soda can that would have been a lot better. And I'm sure a lot of people would agree with that. Rosie from the Jetsons. This one's really cool. I like this. I like the chase because obviously, like you said, she's a robot. So being metallic, and I think it looks good. But I think I like the common better because it's more true to the actual show. Devo, yeah, I'd have to agree with you. It's not one of my favorites. I don't think it's necessarily terrible, but it's also just another glow in the dark chase. Whereas, why didn't they just do a different attire for Devo instead of giving us just a glow in the dark one? Iron Man. Iron Man's great. The chase is awesome as well, where you have the helmet off. So now he's Tony Stark. I think the only thing that could have made this better is if with the chase, they also changed the body to him wearing his suit. I think that would have just made this like a top tier soda can. Captain Cold. I'm not super familiar with this character. I've definitely seen him around before, but I like this a lot, actually. I really enjoy the flocking on the chase. I think that it makes a lot of sense. The Tick. I really like this. I'm a decent fan, I guess you could say, of the Tick. I think he's cool. The Common is good. I think I like the chase, though. I really like how that metallic looks. And also, one thing that I'm noticing now is the antenna on the Tick are not quite the same. They're kind of moved in a different position when you look at the chase. And I don't know if that's just a mistake. That's not supposed to look like that. Or if that's actually how it looks like on the figure. Then we have HR Puffin Stuff. I do own this can. I have yet to open it up because we are saving it for our video. And yeah, I paid a pretty penny for this little guy. I like this. My dad was a huge fan of HR Puffin Stuff, so that kind of instantly makes me become a fan. And I think I like the common better than the chase. I think I like how he has the recorder slash flute in his hand instead, and I'm so pumped to open this thing up and actually see which one I got. I'm hoping I get the chase, but I wouldn't be upset if I got the common. Then we have some Masters of the Universe. Yeah, the Man-at-Arms, that's a really awesome soda. I mean, there's so much different about it. I mean, you have different color paint app, and then also, I mean, he's a motherfucking snake. So yeah, Man-at-Arms is really, really cool. And then Cobra Khan, it's not bad, but yeah, I mean, there's not much of a change with it when you look at Man at Arms and you're like, wow, that's really awesome. Cobra Khan, it's not bad, but I feel like if it was announced by itself, it would have more hype. But because how good that Man at Arms is, it kind of makes the Cobra Khan look not quite as good. Then we have some evil X's from Scott Pilgrim. Todd Ingram's really cool. I really enjoyed the Chase version because it's kind of true to the movie being glow in the dark like that. So that's super awesome. And the Matthew Patel, it's a solid figure, but the Chase, I'm not a huge fan of. It makes sense to have the black and white Chase, but I think the common is better again than the Chase in this instance. And last but not least for this section, we have the Scarlet Witch. This is a pretty solid soda. There's quite a bit of detail here. I think it looks really good. It's just a shame that it's glow in the dark. I think it should be glow in the dark, but unfortunately, red just doesn't glow that well.
All right, so now we're going to move on to the next set of Funko Soda figures, which range from March 25th up until April 6th. Kicking off, Edna Mode from The Incredibles, which has a smiling chase, and this is limited to 12,500 pieces. Mojo Jojo from Powerpuff Girls, which has a black light chase and is limited to 10,000 pieces. Edward Scissorhands, which has a white shirt chase and is limited to 10,000 pieces. Boruto Uzumaki with a glow in the dark chase that is limited to 10,000 pieces also. Professor Owl, which will have a no hat chase and is limited to 7,500 pieces. WonderCon exclusive Funko soda cans. So kicking off, we got Black Widow with a white attired chase, which will be limited to 15,000 pieces. And this was shared to the Funko shop in the US and Toys R Us here in Canada. Rocketeer, which was limited to 3,000 pieces, and it's a singular can. And this was shared also to the Funko shop in the US and Toys R Us here in Canada. Miguel from Coco, which has a skeleton chase and is limited to 10,000 pieces. And once again, this was shared to the Funko shop in the US and Toys R Us here in Canada. Slee Stack from the Land of the Lost, which has a gold chase and is limited to 1,500 pieces, which that was con only, of course, because that is limited to 1,500 pieces. Then we got Lil Gruesome from Wacky Races, which has a red chase, and that was limited to 5,000 pieces. And then we got ourselves Woodsy Owl with a flock chase, and this was limited to 7,500 pieces. And once again, this was shared to the Funko shop in the US. And then last but not least, we got ourselves Blacklight Alice in Wonderland Funko sodas, which of course, they're just two different variants of Blacklight figures as terms to the common and the chase, which we got ourselves Alice, the Queen of Hearts, Mad Hatter, and Cheshire Cat, which all these will be Funko Shop exclusives, and all four of them will be limited to 10,000 pieces. So the first one being Edna Mode. First thing I want to think of is, I wonder how tiny this figure is going to be, considering that the character of Edna Mode is a short character as it is. Mojo Jojo. This is pretty cool. I like what they did with the common and the chase. You get the common version, which is just Mojo Jojo in his normal attire. And then you have just a completely different color scheme instead of making it, let's say, a flocked variant because Mojo Jojo is like a monkey or a chimpanzee. You just change the colors involved with that. And I think the colors look really good on this Mojo Jojo. Edward Scissorhands, which I do like the difference between the common and the chase. Totally makes sense. They didn't change the head sculpt, but I do like what they done with the attires for the common and the chase because you got his normal black attire and then eventually he gets into that white attire when he lives at the house. Boruto. I kind of find it weird that they made a Boruto Funko soda before they made a Naruto Funko soda. I kind of find that to be a little weird. And the chase here, the way that the glow in the dark is going to look weird because it looks like you not only have a glow in the dark hair, but it looks like glow in the dark skin color also. So I'm curious to see how that turns out. Professor Owl. I don't really know where Professor Owl is from per se, but I kind of find it weird. Why did they just do this? Like, let's have a hat and then no hat for the chase. I actually would have been fine if, once again, they make this a lower piece count, make it flocked, and then just make it a singular soda can instead of just a common and the chase that I feel like you would most likely would rather want the common than you'd want the chase, to be honest. At least that's what I'm thinking. Black Widow from the upcoming Black Widow movie, which once again, I think I'd rather have the common over the chase, mainly because I mostly know of Black Widow when she has her black attire on, although they tried to make the chase cool so that you try to get multiples. Like the chase has her hair out instead of like tied back, and then she's wearing the white attire for the chase. So I think it's cool in that aspect, but I do think the common is better. Rocketeer, this is an example of a Funko soda that should have been 3,000 pieces and only a singular can, because I think this is also a metallic Funko soda. And so making that metallic and a singular can definitely makes sense. Then we got the Miguel Funko Soda can, which I think this is one of the best Funko Soda cans released this year in 2021, maybe of all time. It definitely makes sense. You got his normal self with the guitar, and then you have the skeleton version where he kind of goes into the afterlife there. They did a really good job with this. MD and I did get a couple of Funko Soda cans of Miguel, so hopefully either one of us or both of us will get the Chase figure. Then we got Slee Stack, which I don't really know much about Slee Stack, but part of me likes the common more than the Chase, just because I like the green color involved with Slee Stack. Although I know they did the Funko Pop, that was a Funko Hollywood exclusive, if I'm not mistaken, of the all gold with the red eyes. But I do think the Chase is cool for the fact that it's probably going to be really valuable. I think it's actually $700 or $800 right now, because it is like, I think 250 pieces. So it's the most limited Funko soda can of all time, at least at this moment. Who knows if they're going to do lower than 1,500 pieces. A little gruesome. I don't know how I feel about this, because I do like the fact that like you have different colors, but I kind of like the common because you get more variety of colors. Woodsy Owl, I am not surprised that they made a flock chase. Definitely makes sense, though. I could see a lot of people wanting to get multiples, even though I think when you went on either the Funko shop the day after or you were on there for the lottery, you were only able to get one per person, so that a lot of people can get a chance at getting this Funko soda. But definitely makes sense that a lot of people would probably want multiples, because he is an owl, he would be flock. So I can see a lot of people wanting to get this. Then we got the Blacklight Alice in Wonderland Funko sodas, which these are really cool. These are the first Funko soda figures that are entirely blacklight instead of the Funko sodas where you have a common and then the blacklight is a chase figure of that. But I do love the essentially blacklight soda cans also, where you have these multiple colors. And I think these are excellent.
Starting off with Edna, this is really cool. And yeah, what is the size going to be on this thing? Obviously, I hope they do it closer to like a normal height of a soda can. Obviously, you don't want to pay a full price for a soda can and get half of the figure, kind of. I really like the chase, but I also feel like this is one of those soda cans where you could get the chase or the common and just be happy with it and not want to get more. That's not good, I guess, in a marketing standpoint, but I don't think it really matters too much. Mojo Jojo. This is one of my favorite soda cans of all time. I love this, and I will definitely need to acquire the common and the chase. I really enjoy how many colors you get with that blacklight chase, and I really love both of these. Edward Scissorhands, this is pretty decent. The only thing that I could really have a gripe about is that with the common or the chase, either one, have his hands in a different position, like maybe how you see it on the actual can itself, where he has one kind of sort of up in the air. They just seem too similar to me. And again, this is one where if I got the chase or the common, I would be happy with it. I kind of like the common better, anyways. Baruto, this is going to be weird, like you said. Yeah. What is that glow in the dark chase going to look like? How is that going to glow? It's very odd, but this is a solid figure, and I feel like a lot of people are going to want this. Professor Owl, this is really cool. To answer your kind of question, how you said you don't really know where he's from, I also don't really know where he's from exactly, but I do remember he was kind of the host on those sing along Disney VHS tapes. So I don't know if that's where he got his start or if he's actually from something. I don't remember, but I do remember him from that. And this is a really solid soda as well. Black Widow, this is solid as well. With the common, I mean, it looks good. You have the black attire, the hair pulled back like that. It's nice. And then you have that chase where you have a new head sculpt with the kind of hair kind of flowing in the wind a bit. And the white attire, which looks great as well. Both of these are great. I do like the chase better. The Rocketeer, this is pretty cool. I mean, 3,000 pieces, that's pretty low piece count. Then we have Miguel, and yeah, I can't agree more. This is definitely one of the best soda cans I think we've ever seen. I like both versions. I kind of want to get both versions. I like the common because it's Miguel, but that chase, that's so awesome. I really, really want to find that chase one day. Then we have Sleestack, and I was actually looking up this figure yesterday, kind of seeing what it's at, and yeah, people on eBay are asking a fortune for even just a common. People want quite a bit of money. And I could just imagine trying to. I know there was some listings, like if you want to get the chase and the common, you're looking at like over $1,000. So it's like, that's pretty crazy considering the chase isn't amazing by any means. I like the common better, but I wish I could have got my hands on one of these because I do like the character. Land of the Lost is really cool, but it is what it is. A little gruesome. This is pretty cool. I like wacky races. This is a funny character to do. The chase, I don't know what the significance is. I don't remember. Woodsy Owl, this is cool. I really like this. I love the chase, how it's flocked. This is a really solid can. I mean, there's nothing really wrong with this figure. And last but not least, we have the Alice and Wonderland Blacklight sodas, and these are wicked. The first thing I want to point out is each of the cans is so cool. It's so different. Instead of having kind of the white that we normally see with the soda can, we have black, and then all of the logos are kind of different colors where it says soda, which is so awesome. And then the figures themselves are awesome as well. I love these blacklight pops. And now that we have sodas of them as well is really, really cool. I think I like all of the chases the best besides the Mad Hatter. I like the common the best. So overall, these are all wicked, and I'd like to try to get a couple of these at least.
All right, so moving on to the next section of Funko Soda figures, which range from April 15th all the way until May 13th. So, kicking off, a Stan Lee Funko Soda, which has a gold chase and will be limited to 10,000 pieces. Pogo from the Umbrella Academy, which has a flock chase and is limited to 7,500 pieces. Then we got Danger Mouse, and this has a red chase, and this is limited to 7,000 pieces. John Wick, which has a bloody chase and is limited to 15,000 pieces. Super Chicken, which has a glow in the dark chase, and that is limited to 7,000 pieces. Prince John from Robin Hood, which has essentially a blue attired chase and is limited to 7,500 pieces. Ratfink, which has a black and white chase, which is limited to 7,500 pieces. Also, we have ourselves what will be our first ever previews exclusive Funko Soda can of Batman Who Laughs, which has a glow in the dark chase and will be limited to 10,000 pieces. Captain America, or at least the Sam Wilson version of Captain America from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which has a metallic chase and will be limited to 12,500 pieces. Couple more Masters of the Universe Funko Soda cans, which we have ourselves Beastman and Tongue Lasher, which Beastman has a flock chase and Tongue Lasher has a metallic chase, and both of these will be limited to 10,000 pieces. Then from our recent Funko Soda announcements that actually happened this past week, first we got ourselves the Pam Stewardess, which basically has a blonde common and a brunette chase. Then we got ourselves the first ever specialty series Funko Soda can, which is of the Energizer Bunny for the Ad Icons lineup, which has a silver chase, and this will be limited to 18,000 pieces. Batmite, which has a black attired chase, and this will be limited to 10,000 pieces. Klondike Cat and Savoir Faire. Oh my God, totally botched that. It's a French name. But these are from Underdog, and both of these will be limited to 7,000 pieces, in which Klondike Cat has a flock chase and the other character has a gray chase. Sloth from the Goonies, which has a chase figure of Sloth wearing the pirate hat, in which this will be limited to 10,000 pieces. And then the last soda we'll talk about in this section, we have ourselves Neo from the Matrix, which has a telephone chase, and this will be limited to 10,000 pieces. All right, so the Stan Lee. This is pretty cool the way that they have done the Stan Lee, where you have basically the superhero outfit. Overall, the head sculpt is really cool. I kind of get that they made the Chase gold because it's more of a statue. I think they're kind of going off of like what they did with the Funko Pop, and it's like the patina. I can see a ton of people wanting to get this. Then we got Pogo from the Umbrella Academy. This is awesome. I like the show The Umbrella Academy, and Pogo was one of my favorite characters in that series. I might get two of them so that I can get my chance at that flock chase because I think it does look nice, although I would still be happy to get just the common variant. Danger Mouse, I have no idea who Danger Mouse is, but I do like the difference in the common and the chase. Although it's a different color change, they did make it so that it's like the chase is like the devil in that sense, where it's got the devil tail and it's got the horns on there. And I think that looks really nice. John Wick, which this one's okay. I guess it does make sense that it's a bloody chase, but it's like there's not really that much blood on him, to be honest. I felt like they should have done something different. I just don't know what it would have been, but I guess a bloody chase is better than, I guess, a lot of other specification options. The Super Chicken, which this is a weird character to make in a Funko Soda before a lot of different characters. I felt like this should have been more of a flocked figure than a glow in the dark figure, in my opinion, for the chase. Prince John from Robin Hood. Chase looks pretty cool, actually. I like the difference not only because the common's wearing a red robe and like the Chase is wearing the blue robe, but they also changed the mouth and the eyes on this Chase because you kind of have these swirly eyes like they did with like the OG Joker Funko Pops. It looks really, really nice. I don't think I'm going to get this, but it is one of the better chases out of some of these Funko Sodas. Ratfink, which I know I'm probably going to have to get one, and that's because I want to get one for my brother because he missed out on the Funko Pop for Ratfink, or at least he wanted it and I didn't know that he wanted it. But if I can get the common and then just give him that, I think he'd be perfectly fine with that. And I think it looks really cool in Funko Soda form. The Batman Who Laughs. This is interesting. I feel like the glow in the dark is not going to look good on this, just the way that the glam shot is giving us right now. I think the only thing that will glow decently well is the lips. Captain America, I've been thinking about getting this. I don't know yet, but I think I'd be happy with either the common or the chase. The chase does look nice though, because it definitely makes sense to have a metallic shield and the metallic wings in that aspect. So I think a lot of people will be getting this because of how successful the Falcon and Winter Soldier ended up turning out. Beastman and Tongue Lasher. I know of Beastman because I seen him in the first season of Masters of the Universe. I don't really know about Tongue Lasher. He might have been in the first season. I can't exactly remember, but it does make sense for Beastman to be flocked. And I kind of find the metallic to be okay. Not the greatest, though, on the Tongue Lasher. The Pan Am Stewardess. This is a really weird Funko Soda. I don't think anyone thought when they're like, all right, what Funko Sodas are Funko going to make next? I don't think anyone in this world was like, maybe a stewardess. And then they made this, and it's like, why? The Energizer Bunny. I don't know whether I like the chase or not. I like it for the different colors. And of course, like maybe silver is more associated with batteries, but I think I'd rather have a flocked version. And I also find it weird that they made the limited piece 18,000. Like they've done 15,000, 20,000, 12,500, 10,000, but I've never seen 18,000 on a piece. I might get one of these. I don't know yet, but unfortunately, due to news that we know of for us Canadians, we most likely will not be getting this because of a deal that Funko made with Toys R Us, where Toys R Us is going to be the only company in Canada basically allowed to sell Funko Soda figures. Batmite, this is a little weird. I wonder if once again it's going to be a short figure potentially and it's not going to be a full size figure, kind of like Edna Mode. But I'd rather have the common over the chase, honestly. I know the black attire is more well known with like Batman per se, but for this specific character, I do like the blue going on with it rather than the black. I don't know these characters at all for Underdog, so I can't really say much except that the Klondike cat kind of looks like a Mountie. These are okay. I don't know how many people are going to be getting these though. Sloth from the Goonies. This is very cool. I'm glad that they decided to make Sloth as basically the first character in Funko Soda form for the Goonies. Looks very great. A lot of people are kind of not hyped for it because it doesn't have the Superman logo on the shirt, but I think that's probably also a licensing issue with DC. And then we got Neo from The Matrix. I can 100% say that the common is better than the chase.
All right, Stan Lee. This is pretty cool. I normally wouldn't like this type of chase, but I do think it turned out well because of having 2 to 3 different colors of gold on there. The common is good too. I think this is kind of one where if you're not dead set on one or the other, you could just buy one and no matter what you get, you'd kind of be happy with. Pogo, very, very cool. I really do like this soda figure, even though I'm not the hugest fan of the Umbrella Academy. I do like it, but I'm not like a super fan or anything like that. The chase is awesome. I really do like how kind of the skin tone changes a little bit, which I think looks a little more accurate to the show. And obviously, being flocked is really nice. Danger Mouse, this is cool. The common is nice. I mean, it is what it is. It looks just like Danger Mouse. And then you have that chase with the devil horns and the tail, and obviously he's completely red, which is pretty sweet. I mean, this is one where I think you'd want to get both of them. You'd want the common and you'd want the chase. John Wick, this is all right. I could see a lot of people liking this, obviously, because of Keanu Reeves. The common is good with the slick back hair. The chase is also pretty good. I mean, you have the hair kind of a little messy on the front, and then you have kind of the somewhat of blood. Super Chicken, yeah, this is a weird one. The common is good. The chase is a toss up. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Prince John, this is awesome. I really love this. The common's great, how he's got his snickering face. And then the chase is also great as well. I mean, you got that blue robe now. The facial expression looks great. The eyes look amazing as well. I think I'm going to need to buy one of these and really hope I get the chase. But if I do get the common, it is what it is. Ratfink is really cool. I think this is one of those instances where the soda can, in my opinion, looks better than the actual pop. Batman Who Laughs. I think this is my least favorite soda can of all time. I'm not a huge fan of this. I think they could have slapped where it says Batman Who Laughs on there, they could have slapped it saying Marilyn Manson, and I would have been like, oh, okay, it's Marilyn Manson. This just isn't great to me, and that glow in the dark chase is not going to be good either. Captain America. This is interesting. The chase is obviously better because it brings out a lot more details in a lot of things, like the shield, the wings, the boots, and even on the gloves, the star on his chest. Just about everything is better with the chase, but I don't think it's a great chase either. I mean, it's better than the common, but it's not an amazing chase. Beastman and Tongue Lasher. These are both pretty cool. I really like the Beastman. The common's great. The flocked one is also really, really cool. Then Tongue Lasher, I like the common. I'm not a huge fan of that chase, though. I don't know. The metallic with this figure just isn't quite working for me, but I do kind of like how the tongue turned out in the metallic form, but that's about it. The Pan Am Stewardess. Yeah, this is weird. I kind of like it. I kind of think it's a neat idea, but I don't know. It's just not crazy. I could see this being one of those soda cans that doesn't really do the greatest. I mean, there's only 10,000, so eventually it's got to sell out. But I could see this being ones that kind of sits on the shelves at your local store. For us, it'd be Toys R Us. The Energizer Bunny. I love this. I enjoy the chase. I kind of do wish it was a flocked chase, but I mean, that silver's kind of cool. Batmite, yeah, this is going to be another small soda, which is all right because Batmite is tiny. I know even with the Batmite Lego that I have, they give you the small legs because, yeah, he's a tiny little guy. So this one, it kind of makes sense to be small. But again, it does kind of suck when you're buying a figure and not getting all the plastic you could be getting, I guess. The common and the chase, they're both good. Then these underdog ones, the Klondike Cat. It's all right. The flocked is cool. I like the pose on him. He looks a little more posed than most soda cans look, where they're kind of usually stationary. And then Savoir Fier, I would believe is how that's pronounced. He's all right. The chase is cool because it's so much different than the common. I don't know how great these are going to sell either, though. Now here's one that's probably going to sell very, very well, and that is the Sloth. Well, not the Sloth, but Sloth from Goonies. I love this. I love how the face turned out. The body is pretty great as well. I love how he's holding a baby Ruth. I think that's a really good added detail. I just don't know how I feel about the chase. And then we have Neo. Yeah, I do like the common better. I mean, when you think of the Matrix, one of the things that you think about is the glasses that they wear. The pose is good. And then with the chase, I mean, it's all right. You don't have the glasses. He's on the phone. I think would have been cool is if somehow they could have made it where he's kind of leaning backwards, doing the dodging the bullets type of thing. I think with a chase like that would have been super sweet. And I think they missed an opportunity, honestly.
All right, so we have one more Funko soda to discuss about, and this was kind of a last minute add on because Brian Mariotti yesterday on Twitter actually gave all of us a Funko Ween early reveal, and it's on a Funko soda. And we thought, you know what, let's add it on. As shown on your screen, we have Freddy Vampire. And this is going to be part of the Funko Ween reveals with a chase variant of essentially Freddy Funko as a skeleton, which will be a Funko Shop exclusive and limited to 10,000 pieces. So for this Freddy Vampire, I think this is wicked. I love the idea of essentially this is a complete different sculpt from the common and the chase. And I don't think we've ever gotten that for a Funko soda, or at least to my recollection. And they finally do it with this, where you have the Freddy Vampire. He's got his hands up, the smirk with the teeth coming out, with the Freddy Funko crown, of course, with the cape and everything like a vampire. And then with the skeleton chase, you got essentially the normal head, but you do have the skeleton look. His hands aren't like the way that the common is. You also have like a different hairstyle with this also. So it's really cool how they did this, where it's basically a completely different sculpt overall and design.
Yeah, I agree with you with this one. This is amazing. I love this. I hate that it's a Funko Shop exclusive. But if it goes to pop culture, then we have hopes. We have hopes that we can kind of try to open up some of these because these are wicked. I mean, I really love this. I don't own any Freddy Funko stuff in my collection, which is crazy to think about considering kind of how long we've been collecting for now and how much I kind of want to get some Freddy Funko stuff, but I just haven't. So I think this is where I'm going to start, honestly. I'm going to really try to get a couple of these because that common is wicked. I love the Freddy as a vampire like that, but then that chase is just something else. I don't know what it is about it, but I really, really enjoy, I guess you could call him Freddy Skeleton. If we can get some of these, we're going to be opening up a few, to say the least.
All right, guys. So now that is going to be the end of this week's special Funko Soda edition of a Funko Popcast. If you enjoyed this special edition of a Funko Popcast, make sure you smash that like button. Comment in the comment section below and let us know what actually your favorite Funko Soda figures that have been made so far or even this year. Press that subscribe button for more content like this podcast and any other videos we do on this channel in the future. And press the little bell beside it to be notified of when that future content gets released. And if you guys haven't yet, follow us on all of our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at a Funko Popcast. It will be listed in the description below. But anyways, guys, thank you for listening to this Funko Soda edition of a Funko Popcast. And we hope to see you guys next week when we talk about Funko Pops again. And we will also be listing off our top 10 list of May 2021 Funko Pops. 1, 2, 3, I'm out of here.
Where should I put my shoes? He said, put them on your head. Peace in, peace out.